our one, Chief RIchard Thode.
Good evening. On behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank all of you. You're the friends and families that support each one of us as we enter the fire service, study for promotion, or take a bigger role in the most noblest of callings, public service. These times of irrational terrorist attacks, severe weather extremes, public health issues, infrastructure problems, you only need to look at the cover of any newspaper or turn on the nightly news, and there'll be dramatic images of firefighters. Not always in the traditional sense, blasting powerful streams of water and massive blazes, but in our new reality, reviving overdose victims, tunneling through building debris, delivering babies, a host of other emergencies. Always planning and training for the response from the mundane to the unimaginable. These new firefighters and officers will see the mission through. A career in the fire service is a slow and steady climb. These newest firefighters first signed up for their physical ability test in the fall of 2015, and they're now just hitting the streets. These engineers received intensive training in on the use of complex fire apparatus, taking a national certification exam, and 9 months later, they're here getting sworn in. Our newest first-line supervisors, lieutenants, studied since the day they came on the job, competing in a barrage of written tests, oral board test scenarios, graded to the 10th of a point. They're ready to lead, guide, and mentor. Captain is one of the most important roles in the fire service. Being true middle management with 3 ranks below and 3 ranks above, it's a balance between a line supervisor and true upper-level management. The Deputy Fire Chiefs, Deputy Chief Edwards, Deputy Chief Ruff, are truly the driving force behind all the wonderful accomplishments that this department has achieved in the past year. New procedures, new budgets, new grants, new and fresh ways of looking at every aspect of our daily business, and all because of these 2 leaders who walk into my office almost every day at the end of the day and start the conversation with, "Hey Chief, you know, I was just thinking." I'd like to take a minute to mention a few people that aren't here tonight. June being very busy, we had a few conflicts. First and foremost, Mayor Gannon. The schedule changed last minute, he couldn't be here. Also tonight in Stratford is the annual Fallen Firefighters Memorial Mass, honoring firefighters from the greater Bridgeport region. The pipe band and color guard had to head over there, pulling double duty. Additionally, Lieutenant Lamont Jones, who's actually my aide, is proudly serving the country as a drill sergeant in Fort Benning, Georgia. Now for some personal notes and comments. The rising and distinction of fire chiefs in the great city of Bridgeport is the highest of honors. This is a position I don't take lightly, and I'm truly blessed to have 297 of the best firefighters call me chief. I'm forever in Mayor Gannon's debt for having faith and trust in my abilities and my leadership. It's been exciting and invigorating to work in a new city dynamic government, the dynamic city government every day. I'd really like to thank City Council President Tom McCarthy for filling in. Tom's always been a very good friend of the fire service. To get to this point after almost 40 years in the fire service, the last 30 in Bridgeport, takes a lot of help and support. As I acknowledge the tip of the iceberg for the overwhelming support, guidance, and help I've reached over my lifetime. To the guys at Port Washington Fire Department in Long Island, after showing the 8-year-old kid the trucks and making a mistake of saying, "Come back as often as you want, kid." The members of the Richfield Fire Department, both career and volunteer, for starting my early years. To Mandy Fibby, my date to the senior prom, we were 2 hours late because I was at a house fire. To the Stony Hill Volunteer Fire Department, thanks for allowing me to keep my hand in the game. The Chiefs Mike Grant, Rich Dingy, Rex Morris, John King, featuring me the nuts and bolts. Chiefs Dick McGuinn, Will Warner, Joe Ryan, for showing me that being a fire officer is way more than going fires. The Chief John McNichol, for saying, hey kid, let's go take the entrance exam in Bridgeport. To my first officer, Joe Tesla, for writing on my first year pro sheet that he had no doubt that I would someday be the chief of the fire department. Good call, Joe. Special thanks to Captain George Bryant, firefighter Frank Norris, for showing me that not every good firefighter has to drive a pickup truck, look like me, or have wanted to be a fireman since birth. To Captain Scott Foss, Frank Bridge, Paul Coca, for saving my life more than a few times. Deputy Chief Dominic Parkin, for his enthusiasm and energy. Lieutenant Mark Thode, being the best wingman ever. Thank you to Dale Patillo for your help every day and for your help putting this entire event together. Thank you to my new friends, Chief AJ Perez, Scott Appleby, John Gomes, Tim Staley, and of course, Gene Watkins. The Board of Fire Commissioners and the entire Common Council, thank you for your help and support. Senators Blumenthal, Murphy, Congressman Hines, who all sent well wishes. To my non-fire department friends, my travel buddies, thank you for your unwavering support and listening here. Actually, I've written here, don't cry. To Jeffrey, Molly, and Eric. Jeffrey just surprised me in the parking lot that he flew in. All this pomp and circumstance, the gold badge, the stripes, they're nothing. Being your father has been the greatest honor ever. My mother-in-law, Sue, thanks for always listening and trying to figure out who's who, what the parts are, as I explain hours and hours about who's doing what and where. My brother Steve, thanks for making the trip. To Julie, my rock, my best friend, thank you for the past 30 years of support, guidance, advice, partnership, that meant the world to me. I will never come close, no matter how hard I try, to being for you what you've been for me. As Molly always says, Dad, she is always right. How is she never wrong? I don't know, I'll keep listening. I love you to the start. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for your love and support, not only to me, but all that graces the stage, and to every member that wears this badge proudly and calls himself the Bridgeport Fire.